How many has been in this room? Who's got a self-help book or a management book? How to be a better leader? How to be a better something? Hands up. Everybody, Ria? Hands up. Who opened one of those books in the last week? They work better if you open them. But why don't you? Why don't you? I was on Facebook a little while back, and I saw this advert for this book. I can't remember what it's called. Something like The Amazing You, The Brilliant You, The Amazing You that's Within, or whatever it was. And I suddenly realized it's missing one valuable piece of data. That's why these diets don't work, these books don't work. It misses one valuable piece of data. We're not all amazing. We're average. The gravitational pull is to be average. That's what's called the average. Mathematically, this must be true. So how do we break that gravitational pull? I'll tell you exactly how we do it. The brain is very, very powerful. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very powerful, but it's lazy because it does patternation. It's looking to find a pattern every single time. So if I put my hand out and you know I'm joking and I'm looking at you, you're thinking, does he want to shake hands? There's a twitch thinking, does he want to shake hands? Because you've seen that pattern. How many of you have driven down a road and don't remember 5 miles of the journey, yet we arrived where we wanted to go? Has that ever happened to any of you? I guarantee you were safe. What happened was the subconscious saw the pattern and said, oh, it's okay, you don't have to think about this. I've got this one covered. You carry on thinking about football or the children, whatever. I've got this one covered. And so it sees a familiar pattern. It basically says, oh, don't worry, I've got this one covered. Get on with it. And so that's the gravitational pull we have. Because the brain is only hardwired to do 3 things. One of the expressions I hate is get out your comfort zone. Why? Who wants to do that? I'm not stupid. It's called a comfort zone for a reason. Yeah, duh. Because your brain's hardwired. If you're cold, what would you do? Move around. Get warm. Put on a jumper or something. If you're hungry, what would you do? Get something to eat because you're uncomfortable. That's it. It's designed to keep you warm, move around, and as in the case over there, reproduce. Some people more than others. But that's what it's hardwired to do. So to do anything different, so you might think, yeah, I thought this. It says here in the brief, it says inspirational speaker, lazy brain. How's this going to work? It's not a good start, is it? Oh, I tell you, for me, there's a lot of philosophers who think actually we don't have free will, that our lives are pretty much destined. And for me, this is the biggest argument that actually free will exists. Because all of us have free will. The brain left its own devices wouldn't go through the discomfort of summiting Everest. The brain left its own devices wouldn't try and run 100 meters in under 10 seconds. The brain left its own devices wouldn't do any of these things. Yet you can, because you choose to. And that to me is absolutely inspirational, that we can override our subconscious by choosing to. And that to me is a really, really powerful point. I've coached so many people to represent the country who were not the obvious pick. They were not the obvious pick. You know, they were too short, too small, whatever. But they wanted it so much. And if you want your big, hairy goal, it will happen. Nobody ever set themselves a goal. You know, that's your gold medal. You set your goal here and you work towards it. And it's never linear. You become a resource gatherer to get there. Nobody just turns up every day and one day waits and says, would you look at that, a gold medal? It doesn't work that way. It works by you setting yourself big, hairy targets. Because when you set big, hairy targets, we then have purpose. All the research tells us that the highest performing teams, highest performing individuals have a purpose. I personally think far too much work is done on strategy in businesses. Far too much. Not enough is done on purpose. Because when Kennedy said in 1960, we're going to put a man on the moon and return him safely within 10 years, using technology we haven't even invented yet, using technology we can't even think of yet, and he did it in 9, that was a big, hairy goal. It doesn't always have to be stuff like that, though. It's what's a gold medal for you. Because the most successful maternity ward in the country is to deliver a healthy baby in a mother's arms in 12 hours. At Leander Club, where I coach, 80% of the Great Britain rowing team come from here. The purpose is so simple. Well, you're either going to row for Great Britain or you're going to help somebody row for Great Britain. And that's it. So when you set yourself a big goal, don't start talking about stakeholder value and dividend growth and all that nonsense. Set a goal that means something emotionally. Something big that stirs your fluids, gets you think, God, you know what? That would be frightening, wouldn't it? Because that will give you purpose. And that's why you've got to set them, and then you'll find the resources to get there, like the man on the moon, like a gold medal. The point is that defining a gold medal means it's something to you, whether it's market share, whether or not it's some technology or whatever. It's got to mean something to you. It's got to be meaningful to you. And once you as a team or group of teams say, right, that's what our gold medal would look like, you'll find a way of getting there.